Okay, dear student, today I will start the next chapter of your physics, that is your motion in one dimension. Okay, so our topic will be in this chapter. Your first topic is your physical quantities, that is scalar quantities. Scalar quantities. Second is your vector quantities. Vector quantities. Third is your rest and motion. And fourth is your motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension. So these are the four topics today I will explain. First topic is your what are scalar quantities. What are scalar quantities? So in these questions, if you will see, do remember that those physical quantities which can be expressed only in magnitude, but no need of specifying direction. Then such quantities are your scalar quantities. So example your say distance, time, speed, then say mass, volume, density, angle, even electric potential, okay, solid angle, temperature, luminous intensity, etc. is your scalar quantities. Clear? Now next topic is your vector quantities. What are vector quantities? So those physical quantities which can be expressed in both magnitude as well as direction, then such physical quantities are called vector quantities. Okay, vector quantities. So what are vector quantities? Those physical quantities which can be expressed in both magnitude as well as direction, then such quantities are termed as your vector quantities. Okay, so here the vector quantities, you see the example of your vector quantities are displacement, velocity, force. All these are vector quantities because to represent displacement you require the direction also. For velocity also you require direction apart from the magnitude. For force required also direction for expressing the magnitude as well as the direction, then force can be expressed. Okay, so these are the vector quantities. Now the next part of this topic is your what is rest. What is rest? You know, a body is said to be at rest if it does not displaces its position as time passes on. A body is said to be at rest if it does not displaces. A body is said to be at rest if it does not displaces its position with respect to its immediate surrounding, means with respect to some reference point, okay, with respect to its immediate surrounding, then so that means a body is said to be rest if it does not displaces its position with respect to its immediate surrounding as time passes on. Okay, suppose you have kept a book on a tabletop by 8 o'clock in the morning and you left from your house. After 3 hours, when you come to your home, you will see that your book still lying on that tabletop. So that means the body remain its same position. So so that means the body is said to be at rest. Body does not displace from the table even the time passes on. So that means then we can say that the book lying on the tabletop is at rest. Okay. Now what is motion? If you will see that a body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its immediate surrounding, means your reference point. With respect to immediate surrounding or reference point as time passes on. So that means a body is said to be in motion. When the body will be said to be in motion? If it changes its position with respect to its immediate surrounding as time passes on. Suppose a body is 8 o'clock, the body is at a point, the body is at a distance of say 2 meters from this wall. from this wall. A body is lying at a distance of 2 meters from this wall. But after few minutes, you will see the body is now at a distance of say 10 meters from this wall. Then what does it reflect? It reflects the body changes its position. As a result of which its distance increases. Earlier it was 2 meters from this wall or from this blackboard. And after few minutes the body displaces its position, so it covers a longer distance, and that is why now the distance from this blackboard is 10 meters. So that means the body is in the state of motion. Clear? So here the reference point, you should know what do you mean by the term reference point. Okay. So here reference point, a point or maybe a place, maybe an object, or maybe a place in the immediate surrounding, so a point or maybe an object or maybe a place in the immediate surrounding, from which the measurement of distance covered by a body, okay, a point or maybe an object or maybe a place in the immediate surrounding from which the measurement of distance covered by a body takes place, then such point or place or object in the immediate surrounding is termed as reference point. So you see, right now I have given you the example that a body lying at a distance of 2 meters from this blackboard. So that means that is the first or initial position. After few minutes, the body, now the distance of the body from blackboard is 10 meters. So whatever the distance covered by the moving body is measured from this blackboard. Blackboard is an object. So you take this blackboard as your reference point. Suppose you say that the distance of Patna to Delhi is about 1000 kilometers. So if you will say like that, so that means your reference point might be the railway junction of Patna, okay, or the airport of Patna. The mode of transport from here your journey start, that place may be your reference point. So here the place means Patna junction if you will go by train. So the place, the reference point is your Patna junction from which the journey started. So now your reference point is Patna junction and your ultimate destination after covering 1000 kilometers is Delhi. So in this way you take reference point in your immediate surrounding from where the measurement of distance covered by the moving body takes place is the reference point. Okay, clear? So with this reference point only you can determine whether the body is at rest or is in the state of motion. If the body remain in the same position, same distance from this reference point, say the book lying on a table kept in a room which is about 2 meter away from this blackboard, and after 3 hours if it will remain in the same place, that means same distance, the body is at rest. So here the distance not increase or decrease, so that means the body remain in the state of rest. So for motion also you have seen that you have taken the reference point. If the distance increases or decreases, if the body come towards the blackboard, then distance decreases. So in both the cases there is a motion in that body. So reference point is very important to decide whether the body is at rest or in motion. Now we will see that rest and motion are relative to each other. Are relative to each other. Okay, in this case you see a body may be in the state of rest, with respect to some surrounding. At the same time the same body may be in the state of motion with respect to some other set of surrounding. Some other set of surrounding. Then we can say that rest and motion are relative to each other. Rest and motion are relative to each other. Rest and motion are relative to each other. Okay, so this is the explanation. A body may be in the state of rest with some set of surrounding. At the same time is not changed. At the same time, the same body may be in the state of motion. Then we can say that the rest and motion are relative to each other. Let us consider one example. Suppose a passenger sitting in a moving train. Okay, that passenger is at rest with respect to any co-passenger inside the compartment. But at the same time, the same passenger, even if he is at rest with respect to any co-passenger of the compartment, and train is moving. So for a person standing in the platform, for him the same body is in the state of motion. So that is why rest and motion are related to each other. Okay, this much is sufficient for today. We will see the next day. One more thing, that is our topic, fourth topic is rest and motion, that is motion in one dimension. So motion in one dimension means when a body, okay, motion in one dimension, when a body, motion in one dimension, when a body moves along a straight path without changing the direction. When a body moves along the straight path, then the motion of such body is called motion in one dimension. Okay, clear? So this much is sufficient for today. We will see next day the next part of this chapter. So this is your motion part 1. Okay, clear? Bye.